In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Of course, I am the gatekeeper or the host of this particular program, known here on social media as the mighty, mighty, Angel Snup 7. I'm your brother and hopefully your friend, Taaliq Ibn'rad. I only have a few minutes, so on this vizzy, let ye, that's me, get busy. Okie doke. I want to say, brothers and sisters, and I want to make this perfectly clear, that this ministry does not and will never represent integration in no kind of form. This ministry represents separation of the descendants of slaves born in America from the children of our ancestors' former slave master. Bottom line, to continue to live among these people is detrimental to us, and history will verify everything that I say. It is not getting better for us to continue to live among a people who don't want you among them anyway. But at the same time, they are afraid to let us go because they fear that we will do better without them. They also fear that we may align ourselves with one of their enemies, come back and kick them in their backside. So they suffer from paranoia. But I want to say this and use this as an example from my personal experience. And this is just one of many examples. I see it all over the internet. But what makes this example more heart-wrenching is that the same thing that is happening to brothers and sisters that we view as or don't have black conscience, the same thing is happening to us in the so-called black conscious, black power, Afrocentric community, because we live in this filth. I don't care how much you teach your children, your babies, or even yourself, you think that you and me, as long as we are living here, you think because we are so-called black conscious, Afrocentric, you think that living here is not having an effect. Why you think you hate other black people the way that you do? A black man or a black woman don't really have to do nothing. But as soon as they do something that you don't like, you are after them. If we had the same type of tenacity that we have when we show hatred toward other black people, if we shown that same type of hatred, that dislike, that same type of vigor towards others that really don't like us, we would be free overnight. And the reason why you continue to have self-hatred is because we live in this filth. We live in that which made us sick to begin with. And we have been sick for now over 400 years. I want to use this as an example. My own personal experience that I sit back in the cut and I watch this. There's a young lady and her background is black conscious. Her background is black nationalism. Her background is Islam. Matter of fact, the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. Her background is black as you can get. The problem here is that even though you call yourself black conscious, Afrocentric, and all these different things, our people, you still abuse your children. And you are a bad example of what black nationalism is. There is no black love. You can't even show love to your children. How you going to show love to other black people when you are not even showing black love towards your own babies? There are black power, black conscious, Afrocentric parents that are sexually abusing their children, beating their children, exploiting their children, all kinds of dirty things. But then they'll come out here in the public and come to you and me and act like they are holy and righteous. But their children would tell you another story. So this poor female, black conscious, mind you, even though she is being abused in this home, she is being beaten in this home, she is being exploited by a black nationalist. Listen to me. So one day, the child gets the nerve to run away from home. And by this time, she's an adult and has been an adult for a while. But there is so much fear that the black nationalist has put in their own child. The child is afraid to leave the abuse. Plus, that's your parent. You love your parent. Your parent's supposed to protect you, not beat you, not exploit you. And your parent is a black nationalist. Oh, wow. Woo, man. So, one of the effects from coming up out of that environment, even though this young lady was raised, nurtured in black nationalism, Islam as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, this child has a love-hate relationship because they understand it was put in a position to love black people, but the same black people is abusing them. Black nationalism is beating them, exploiting them. So when the young lady runs away from home and decides, I need to do for myself and get away from this hostile environment, there's still love, of course, for the parent, and there's still love for black nationalism, but there's also hatred because that is what exploited or oppressed them. So when you meet this child, this female child, she has found herself a job, not making much money, but it's enough money where she can have a roof over her head, sleeping on the floor. And during this time, there are no FOI. There are no good black men around. So she meets a young reefer smoker, juvenile delinquent. And in fact, she met the juvenile delinquent, the reefer smoker, while she was in the house of her parent, which was the abuser. So when she runs away, she runs and takes along with her this boyfriend, who is not or who does not have any kind of black nationalism, black conscience at all. A thug in the street. So you got this boyfriend and she's sleeping on the floor barely making it, and the boyfriend offers no help except his penis. That's the only thing that he can give. He won't find no job to help his girlfriend that he claims that he loves. And she accepts that because she came from an environment that gave her no love. And even though in her heart she know this love ain't about nothing, it's better than having nothing at all. Oh, wow. We should not get angry at our people because our people are sick. We come from sick situations. And we need to understand before we judge others, we need to understand how it is walking in their shoes. So I'm not making mockery of the young brother or the young sister, but living in this society that we should separate ourselves from. What else do you expect? What you think gonna happen to them? When you're living in a toilet. If you live in a toilet, expect to get urinated on. When you're living in a toilet, expect feces to drop on you. So I'm not shocked. But what I'm trying to tell us, even though you can have a black nationalist mind, black conscious mind, because we're living in this filth, we still fall for the same okie doke, and we still view the toilet as something beautiful to live in. Wow, let me go ahead and conclude this story because the ending is not good. You would think that a black nationalist, a black conscious person would be smarter. Well, this poor child, let us see if she can get smarter. All the blessings, when you pray to God in religion, sometimes you're blessed. Now listen,